Hi, and welcome to Science Time with Miss Victoria. As always, this program is recommended for ages 6 and up. Now, remember, it also depends on the science and STEM activity that we are doing today, and I'm super excited for this one, so we're going to jump right into it, and let's go ahead and begin. Now, as always, remember the first thing you have to do before you do anything is to wash your hands for at least 20 seconds. By all means, go to our Facebook page or the YouTube, which I do a video to the right for every jaka. Now, what you can do is you're going to make sure you have soap. You're going to wash your hands. You're going to do top and bottom, in between, rub it all together. Now, you're going to do that slow, and you're going to repeat it fast. Once your hands are dry, it should come out to about 20-25 seconds. Okay? Now, the next thing you do is to grab the supplies. I know you can see mine, but you don't know what we're doing yet, so let's pause for a quick second. Last thing is to have adult supervision, just in case. Now, this doesn't hurt because the adult can help you gather the supplies, set it up, and the best part is they can enjoy the experiment too, because it's not just for y'all. Adults will enjoy these as well, okay? So, I know you're a little excited. We're getting there. Let's find out what we're doing and what supplies we're going to need. Okay, we are going to be gathering supplies for Underwater Volcano. Okay, now, first thing you're going to need is a large container. It could be either glass or plastic. Now, if you're doing glass, make sure your parents there, be very careful. I'm just going to use a plastic little container right here. You can use, next one, you're going to need a small one. Same thing, glass or plastic. Now, when it comes to the small one, you have to make sure that it is able to fit into the large one. So I'm just going to use, I'm kind of combining a little bit. I'm using plastic and glass. So that way it'll fit inside the large one. You don't want it too tight. You want to make sure it fits perfectly inside. So if you want, test it before you choose your small container, okay? We're going to need water, underwater, so obviously we're going to need that ingredient. Food coloring. We've done these so many times in experiments, you should still have some. Unless you ran out, you might have to go to one of the stores to get some more food coloring. Next thing, we need chopsticks or a straw. I'm going to be using a straw. We'll find out why we need this. And rock. I have several here. You might just need one. Doesn't hurt to have a couple of them. You can go outside, just grab a rock from outside. Okay? Now we're going to go ahead and get straight on to our steps. Okay, now I know I said water in the ingredients, but you're going to need two types of water. First thing we need is to fill our large container with cold water. So I'm going to use actually this one. I just have water in my water bottle. It'd be room temperature. If you can make it colder, maybe stick in the fridge or in the freezer just to get a little bit colder. Now the amount doesn't matter. I'm going to do about halfway. You can fill it all the way up. You want to make sure that it does cover the container that you're going to be putting it in. So in my case, I'm going to have to put mine a little bit more higher. That should be about perfect. Close this. I don't want to drop that. I'm just going to test it, make sure. That should be good. Okay. And of course, if you need more water, if you're in the kitchen or somewhere, you can just turn the faucet on and get a little bit more water. Now we're going to need to fill the small container with hot water. Now kids, on this part, you might want your parent to handle this because the water might be too hot for you. So let your parent be able to turn the water on hot, put it in, or you can put it in the microwave for a couple of seconds so that it gets nice and hot. Let them handle that part, because whether it's plastic or glass, it's going to be too hot for your hands, okay? So let your adult do this step, okay? And not to take chances, I'm not in the kitchen. So I'm going to lay some paper towels. Because if you've seen my other experiments, you know Miss Victoria tends to spill water a lot. So I have my cup here, and I use a styrofoam cup, so this keeps it hot. And I'm not going to go all the way to the top for the reason that I'm going to be putting the rock in there, and it might, once you put something inside water, what happens is the water does tend to rise up a little bit. So in my case, I'm going to go ahead and go to the next step, and you're going to add a rock in the bottom. Since my opening was a little small, I'm going to have to add a couple small ones. If your container is a little wide, you might just put one rock in there, okay? You may be asking, why are you putting a rock? Because you need to have the weight to make sure that small jar stays at the bottom of the large container. Okay, so now we have that. Next step is to add food coloring. Here's the fun part. You can do whatever colors you want, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and combine, just on my example, red and yellow because I wanna make orange, kind of like lava for the volcano. You can do any other colors, just green. If that's your favorite color, just do green. I'm just doing one drop of each. You really don't need to go too crazy. Now, if you have a chopstick or like I'm using a straw, this is what it's for. It's just to stir it to make sure the color mixes. And since the straw is wet, I'll put that aside. Now, once again, here comes the adult who's gonna step in. As your child, you can just maybe crouch down a little low, or if the count is high enough, you want to be able to see this next part. Because the adult, what you're gonna do is you're gonna get that small container and you're gonna put it right in the middle of the large. Now you're gonna see what's gonna happen is you're gonna get the eruption. Now be very careful, because you remember you can be hot and cold, and remember with hot water, what does it do? It rises. So that's why you do underwater volcanoes. If you go watch a National Geographic, those websites, you can see the volcanoes in the ocean. It's the same thing, except the coloring is going to show us. So be very careful and just watch. You can see how it's already erupting. Now we are going to do a close-up shot. It's going to zoom in, and you're going to literally see the orange going up and going around. You see it automatically, just the top is already lava. But when you do close-up, you can see it slowly, the little streams of orange going up. That's the eruption, okay? Of course, you can change the color. I wouldn't recommend doing just yellow because it's very light, very subtle. You might want to just do red if you're not combining it. Blue or green, you want to do a darker color, okay? I'm glad I had paper towels. That way I have that. And it'll keep going because the hot water is going to keep coming out of that small jar. It's real quick and easy. It's a fun activity. It gets you interested to maybe go Googling, go to National Geographic, or it could be just, I don't know if it's just on Google Maps or maybe Oceana. You can go in there and look under, just type underwater volcanoes, and you might see an actual live underwater volcano because they do erupt. Most of the time we only see the ones on land. People don't know there are some in the ocean that we just don't see. All right, I hope you enjoyed it, and you can keep trying it. Just empty the water, get some more cold, get some more hot water, and try different colors to see a different eruption every single time. All right. Now, as always, I'm going to go ahead and provide you with some library resources. All right, now on the side where it's blue, I have some that you can find on our website, cctexas.com/library. Go to library catalog, you can type STEM, and you're gonna get these two, STEM Lab, and there's of course STEM Play and Learn. You can also just type science experiments, and you should pop up getting the 365 weird, wonderful science experiments. If you wanna be specific, advanced search it. And you can do edible science if you like those edible, gross kind of science experiments. If you want chemical or engineering, any of that type, just type that in the advanced search and you can get those. Place them on hold, pick them up curbside at any of the branches, or just walk in and of course take it off the shelf. Now if you put it on hold, you can pick it up inside or like I said, curbside, but make sure you call your branch to find out their hours for curbside and of course opening. Now, if you prefer a smart device like your tablet, your cell phone, make sure to do our online digital resources, Access 360 and Hoopla. If you have a smart device, download the apps, go to your app store and download them. If you're doing it for your laptop, just go to the website and go to digital resources and you find that way. If you're a new user and you need help, call us. We'll help you through that as well. I have these two, Maker's Lab and of course, Find Out Science, both of them by DK. Really good publishing ones, so you can do those. Plus, this is a little better in case there's spillage. You can kind of like wipe that off, as opposed to a book. You have to let that dry out, okay? So you might want to go with the online digital resource for science ones. Now, as always, remember to go check out our Facebook and YouTube channel, Corpus Christi Public Libraries. If you want a breakdown of all the programs that the branches are doing, by all means, go to the website, cctexas.com/library, click on virtual programs. You get a breakdown of every program we're providing. And of course, once you click that link, it'll send you straight to the YouTube. Subscribe to the channel or go to Facebook and like our page. Now, if you need help finding items dealing with science or STEM, you can stay while you're on the web page. Use our new book alert, author check, and book newsletter if you need any help on finding items. And please do not forget those two online digital resources, Access 360 and Hoopla. Now, as always, I will see you next time. Bye.